Hi everyone, welcome to the 20-Minute Mindshift. Today, we're diving into Atomic Habits by James Clear, a game-changing book about how small habits can lead to massive transformations in our lives. If you've been struggling to stick to good habits or break bad ones, this episode is for you. We'll walk through practical, actionable tips to help you implement these ideas in your life. So, grab a coffee, take a walk, or settle in for this conversation. Let's get started. Why tiny changes matter. Let's start with the core idea of atomic habits. Small changes, when done consistently, compound into something huge over time. Imagine this: if you improve by just 1% every day, by the end of the year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. On the flip side, if you let bad habits slide, you'll gradually spiral downwards. I used to struggle with waking up early. I'd hit snooze again and again, telling myself I'd start tomorrow. Then, I read this book and decided to try a tiny change. Instead of aiming for a 6 a.m. wake-up right away, I shifted my alarm just 10 minutes earlier each week. Over time, I got there, and it felt effortless. The lesson? Small steps matter more than dramatic resolutions. Focus on who you want to become. One of the most powerful lessons is this: instead of focusing on what you want to achieve, focus on who you want to become. For example, rather than saying, "I want to exercise more," tell yourself, "I am someone who values fitness." Every time you go to the gym, even if it's for 10 minutes, you're casting a vote for that identity. For me, this was a huge mindset shift. When I started identifying as a reader rather than just someone who wants to read more, picking up a book felt natural instead of like a chore. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? Then, start acting like that person in small, consistent ways. The habit loop: cue, craving, response, reward. Every habit, good or bad, follows this loop. Something triggers your habit. Craving: you feel motivated to act. You perform the habit. Reward: you feel satisfied, reinforcing the behavior. Here's an example. Let's say you want to build a journaling habit. The cue could be placing your journal next to your coffee cup. The craving is that sense of calm you want to feel in the morning. The response is actually writing in the journal, and the reward is that clarity and peace you get afterward. When you understand this loop, you can tweak it to build better habits or break bad ones. It's like hacking your brain, and trust me, it works. The 4 laws of behavior change. Now, here's the fun part: the 4 laws of behavior change. They're like a blueprint for building habits that stick. 1. Make it obvious. If your habit isn't visible, you'll forget it. I struggled to drink water regularly until I started leaving my water bottle on my desk. Just seeing it reminded me to take a sip. If you want to start working out, lay out your workout clothes the night before. If you want to eat healthier, keep fruits on the counter and hide the chips in a cabinet. The easier it is to notice the habit, the more likely you'll do it. 2. Make it attractive. We're wired to do things that feel good. So, how do you make a habit appealing? Pair it with something you love. I used to dread cleaning up at night, so I started playing my favorite podcast while I did it. Now, I actually look forward to that time. Think about something you enjoy and pair it with the habit you're trying to build. This simple tweak can make all the difference. Make it easy. We tend to overcomplicate things. If a habit feels hard, we avoid it. Start small, really small. I wanted to get into meditation, but 10 minutes felt daunting. So I started with 2 minutes. That was it. Once it became part of my routine, I naturally wanted to increase the time. Remember, it's better to do something imperfectly than to aim for perfection and quit. Lower the bar and make it easy to start. 4. Make it satisfying. This is the cherry on top. When you feel rewarded after a habit, you're more likely to repeat it. I use a habit tracker to check off completed habits, and it's oddly satisfying to see those streaks grow. Another way to make habits satisfying is to celebrate small wins. When I finish a workout, I tell myself, "You're crushing it." It sounds cheesy, but it works. Breaking bad habits. Let's flip the script now. What about breaking bad habits? James Clear says to invert the 4 laws. Make it invisible, remove triggers. If social media is a distraction, delete the apps from your phone or use website blockers. Make it unattractive, reframe the habit negatively. Instead of thinking, "I deserve this late night snack," remind yourself how it'll mess with your energy tomorrow. Make it difficult, add friction. If you want to stop overspending, leave your credit card at home. Make it unsatisfying, add accountability. Tell a friend your goal and ask them to check in on your progress.